How you doing today? My name is Jeremy Heron, and this is my introduction video for Social Work 670, Grief and Loss Across the Cycle. Currently, I work in an alternative school district, working as a behavioral specialist, primarily doing crisis intervention work and some mild counseling. Basically, the majority of my day usually goes to behavioral redirection. I'm the liaison to some residential group home facilities and some other community agencies. So I handle some community-based services here in school as well. What I'm hoping to get out of this course is I'm thinking this information can help me while providing a little bit more therapeutic counseling to individuals in terms of why they're behaving a certain way, what's happening at home, what's happening mentally, what's happening physiologically with these students that is dictating their behavior. And hopefully I can transition that to expand my skill set when I do hold a master's level, where I can focus more on the therapeutic intervention, how I can use some of that information to help an individual understand the grief cycle and potential ways to support that individual and how we're going to guide treatment. So that's what I hope to get out of this course, and I think studying loss and grief is relevant to our field in general. I mean, our job is to provide support, empathetically engage with an individual to guide treatment and help them navigate through potential crisis and help someone become more self-sufficient, in potentially handling their own situations as they arise through therapy. So I think that makes all this information very relevant because people come to us in general because they're in search of intervention or in need of assistance in navigating through a potential crisis. So I think all the stuff that we deal with coursework-wise is relevant to the population that we're providing assistance to. People come to us because they need help, they need something, or they need how to figure out why they're feeling a certain way, or ways to positively respond to emotions in certain environmental situations. So everything we learn is pretty much relevant to the field. I think grief and loss requires a different empathetic engagement and understanding and patience, and is a much more detailed process in trying to help somebody navigate through something so potentially emotionally distressing. So I think that understanding the grief cycle, types of grief, in some other presentations, some people were talking about what grief looks like. I think that's a super relevant point to how people perceive their own grief, how people perceive others and maybe another family member on how they're perceiving certain grief. So I think a generalized acknowledgement, recognition and understanding of grief, where somebody may lie in the grief cycle, and how we can collectively help a family who is each individually dealing with the grief and crisis in their own way, how to kind of customize all that into a collective intervention, so we can kind of guide treatment with the family collectively and move on together as a family, efficiently and effectively with treatment. So I'm looking forward to working with all you guys. I'm really glad to be taking classes again. I took a semester off. Glad to be back. And like I said, I'm glad to work with all of you, and look forward to the course. Thanks a lot.